Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and today let's review the Miatone Xbox. This is an outdoor speaker. In my mind, you can use it indoors, but it sounds better outside, and we'll get into that and why that is. This is a 60 watt little beast here, 8,000 milliamp hour battery built into this. You get 24 hours, they claim. Say 21. It's a 60 watt portable speaker here. It's got a lot of cool things going on with it, so let me tell you about that right now. It's IPX6 water resistant. It has 3 different equalizers in here. It has a standard, outdoor, and like a 3D sound effect, and you can pair this up to 2 of these, so you can have like 120 watts surround sound speaker system with 2 of these guys paired up, I guess, 60 watts a piece. You use it as a power bank. You can reverse charge stuff through this port right back here on the back. Let me show you. USB Type-C charging port and USB port back there, and like a little 3.5 jack there for your MP3 player rockers if you exist. So you get 2 20-watt subwoofers on here. You get double 10-watt tweeters with 100% pure titanium diaphragms built into this. What? It will allow you to push mid and high frequencies up to 40 kilohertz with this by having those titanium little tweeter drivers on the end, and it does make a difference, and we'll get right into that shortly. The dimensions, because I think this is important to note, is 12.2 inches long by 6.7 inches high and 4.5 inches wide. So there you go. Fixed handle on top. You do have these 2 little hooks, which is why I like it, because if you got an outdoor rig set up or anything like that, you've actually got 2 little spots at the top. See, right up there, and one down the same position down there, where you can actually hang this thing from your beach cart or side-by-side, ATV, whatever you got going on outside. You can actually hang this from it, even though it doesn't have a collapsible handle. So I like that. And it says rated at 24 hours at 30% volume. So this is just background noise for 24 hours. You're going to push 20-21 hours at any decent listening volume. Across the top, you get power on, off, track, play, pause, Bluetooth connect, disconnect symbol. You get volume up, down, previous track. Volume up is next track. You get mode button, which is mode, and TWS, which is connecting the other device, and then you get an EQ settings there with mode, which is somewhere up there. Auxiliary audio input port, which we talked about in the back, Type-C charging port. You get a working status port, whatever that is, and then you get a TWS indicator light for if this is connected to the other speaker. You get a microphone on here so you can actually answer calls and stuff through this. And the bottom has some rubber little nipples right here, so it's not going to vibrate too far away from you whenever you're pumping out that beat. The IPX6 means that it can get shot with high pressure streams at all different angles of water. So I wouldn't submerge this. Don't submerge it, but you can spray it down, which is exactly why mine is so dirty. Look how dirty that is. So now we get to get into the juice of it all right here, right now, and stop talking about specs. I've spent 4 days listening to this kind of nonstop, pressure washing the world, the front, the back, the side, all this kind of stuff. This sat right next to my pressure washer the entire time. It got soaked, it got sprayed, a lot of the grime and stuff kicked up and got all over it, and it still performed like a little old Champino, you know. I was kind of worried when I first got it in. I listened to it indoors for like 6 hours, right? I was a little worried. I was like, how can I get this thing balanced out the way I like it to sound? Because it sounded a little muddy, sounded treble, bassy, it sounded real bassy, and it kind of muffled, like the highs. Like, you could hear the highs, but it kind of was muffly. So what is going on? Well, then I took it outside for like the 3 days, and I was like, I get it. They've tuned this thing for outside, really. I mean, you can listen to it inside, low volume, whatever, nobody's going to care. But the primary function of this, I think, is outdoors, because the muddy, the bassiness of it filled the air, and then the highs drove right through. And then it balanced itself out outside over what it sounded like inside, which was really cool. And my dumb self really was worried. And then I took it outside, and I was like, oh, I get it. This is an outdoor speaker. It's tuned for outside. Duh. It sounded great outside. It's loud. For your backyard, plenty. If you put two of these together, I imagine it's going to be even plentier than what it was. I don't even know if that's real. But the beach, this is loud enough to pierce the sounds of the wind and the ocean roaring constantly. But you're not going to provide enough music for more than maybe 4 to 6 people. If there's any more than that, you're going to need to step up in size. And I've got the step up speaker that I'm going to review. I promised this year. I meant to do it at the end of last year, but I used it all at the beach this year, the other speaker. It's huge. Like, there's no comparison. Like, this doesn't even stand in the class of that. It's just massive. But you need something like that when you got a whole crew that's taking up a whole real estate. But this will do 4 to 6 people on the beach just fine. And I never noticed anything weird happening up at high volumes. Works just fine. So let's get into what we're going to do. We're just going to go 20, 40, 60, 80, 100% volume and just let you listen to it, because really it's just a decent sounding, good speaker that's tuned for outside. I like it for the price. It's 20% off coupon code that you can clip right now for 20 hours of battery life. That's a really good deal. That's like 80 bucks for this thing. For as rugged as it is, you can't sync it, but because you can't sync it, you get better audio. Because a lot of those speakers that you can't submerge under 30 feet or whatever, you know, they've got marine grade speakers and seals and stuff, and it doesn't sound as good. Well, it's a reason that there's a fine line that exists in there. Like, you can high pressure spray this thing and it's still going to sound good with these titanium tweeters and the amount of power going to the subs. So it's tuned for outdoors. I'm really repetitive, so let's get into the audio. Whenever music is about to play, it does kick itself on. Like right now, it's off. I'm going to push a button on here. Boom. So you can hear a slight static at this point, okay? So this is 20%. This is just going to be a real quick test, okay? 40%. 60%. 80%. That's loud. No distortion. 100%. No distortion, no cracking. Pretty good. Down to 80%. 60%, 40%, 20%, barely on. Take it back up. 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, 100%. That's hitting hard. No distortion.
Like this, make it pop like this, make it not like this, make it drop.
The neighbors are probably gonna think, good God, what's going on over there? Jesus. That's a prime example of how this is a great speaker. Great outdoors. Cranked it all the way up. Super loud. No distortion. Hit those highs. Manage those lows all in the same atmosphere. It will punch through high, hit low, you heard it, and that's just off one beating track that should beat the heck out of these subs. No rattling, no anything goofy. So I really do like the speaker way more just based off that song, because I haven't listened to that song before than I did before. I got more respect for it. So make sure to explode on that subscribe button and ding that dong so you get notified on stuff like this that exists. This is great. And the 20% off coupon code down in the YouTube description. Click the link, go to Amazon, coupon code, 80 bucks out the door. That's a good deal. See ya.